Real Madrid 3, Borussia Dortmund 2, and wow, great game here for Real Madrid. Really, going to this tournament, people's expectation for Xabi Alonso was, different. It's different. For me personally, I fully believe that Xabi Alonso will transform this team and change this team into the powerhouse that it can be. And I feel like this tournament has actually really shown um, the effect what Xabi Alonso has done for Real Madrid. And the performances week in, week out, main thing people say is the opponents, Pachuca, Al Hilal, and Salzburg aren't the greatest, teams you want to say to go against and to prove that you're still one of the top teams in the world. But um, especially the games with Juve and Dortmund from last season as well, it's a completely different. So, under Carlos Ancelotti has been, for me, always been a problem for how they perform against small teams, against whatever. So for me, this is just an upgrade because they're actually putting up a result, playing good, tactical wise, anything, just way better. But yeah, going to this game, it was the lineup pretty much how it was going to be. That was pretty much how they've been starting. Um, for me, I really like this lineup. One thing I would really change for this lineup maybe is I love Vinny, love Vinicius Jr. It's just he's just been inconsistent for since January now, and he has his good moments, but one game out of five he'll perform good. So I think that Mbappe. I've been saying this for a while now. Real Madrid need a proper number nine. I've been saying it the second since Benzema left. Joselu took that role and did really good with it. I think he scored like 15 goals that season as a bench player. Um, you need a proper. Mbappe's not your number nine. He's not. He's not. And Vinicius Jr. As much as I love him, he's inconsistent. And Rodrigo, huge thing with Rodrigo. People saying that he's not starting again. Obviously, he's not going to start. In this system, it's just not going to work. They tried that against Al Hilal. The system with Rodrigo is just not going to work well. As much as I do think that Rodrigo is a top player, I want him to leave because I know how good he can be, and I want him to do. I want him to become the best player in the team. If it's an Arsenal, if it's a Bayern, whatever, I want him to become the best player in that team, and he's 100% capable of that. It's just Real Madrid is in a situation where they have a lot of players that that sometimes during the situation or lineups doesn't they don't mesh well. So um, Courtois, Frangers for me. I'll get into Frangers in a second. De Hoysen, Rudiger, Trent, Chouameni. Um, this lineup. Sure, you want to say this is what they play during the game, but most what Xabi Alonso's been doing is dropping Chouameni more in the back, so they're pulling pretty much a three back wing back situation with Fran Garcia and Trent, more attacking, pushing up more. Um, and then the midfield is Goulet, Bellingham, and Fede. Sometimes they show a formation with like a 4-3-3 with Orda or Bellingham in the right wing, and they don't Madrid don't play like that. It's just during the game that's when they actually um, use their system, and then Gonzalo and Vinny up in the top. They've been doing that for the past couple of days now. Gonzalo Garcia, what a player! I've been saying it. I think I say this every time, but I've been saying it's true. I've been saying this for a while now that um, Gonzalo Garcia 100% should have got minutes last season, but he just didn't. And Ancelotti was a key part of the reason why a lot of these players didn't get minutes. And now, hence why they are performing really well in this tournament. Um, Gonzalo, 5 games, 5 goal contributions. Every game he's played had a contribution, and you need a number nine. You need the Joselu type player. You need the Benzema type player in the team. Um, yeah, like the last season with Rodrigo, Vinny, and Mbappe, I hated watching it because they just didn't mesh well. There'll be scenarios, there'll be situations where they did, but this wasn't the case. Um, I know you have Dortmund. They've been running. For me, Dortmund's a weird team. They can be a really strong um, core sided team, and then they could just not play well. And for me, Real Madrid didn't play really well up until the last like 5 minutes of the game when they scored two and almost got a third, but Courtois with the save. But um, yeah, for me, Real Madrid is dominating more because Real Madrid are just more. I feel under Xabi Alonso is just a way better team in general. Um, my key players in this match, Gonzalo Garcia. People just I haven't seen anyone say he's just a tap in merchant because he's really not. It's just his positioning is really well. He wins the ball back. He's a really defensively type striker. He drops back, gets the ball, keeps going. um, make space so other situations can happen during the match. So those are obviously what a for me Madrid's top three best player in this tournament. Arda Güler. It's so weird to me that Carlos Ancelotti never used him at all. There'll be a situation where he didn't play for like 5 games in back to back to back to back to back, and just why? I just why I did not like. Just you have such a great talent on your bench, and you don't play him. I just never understood that with Carlos Ancelotti. If you're misperforming, change something. That's the thing. He never learned from that, and hence why Madrid had the season that they had last year, and they weren't able to pretty much win a top title. Frank Garcia has been amazing this whole tournament, and I say this for every player, but it's true. For me as a Madrid fan, I watch everything, I pay attention to everything, read everything, everything Real Madrid. Frank Garcia, I wanted him back in Real Madrid when he was in Rayo Vallecano. I liked him there in the Castilla. He had that, his first assist, I think it was with Isco, when he debuted for Real Madrid. And this past, what, I haven't seen two almost up and coming 3 seasons since he joined back. Um, for me, he's never really getting a fair shot. He showed glimpses of what he could be, and he's had good games. And then there's other games where, for me, he didn't play bad. It's just people like to call him a headless chicken. He just runs, and can't really do much. Um, for me, defensively, sure, he's not well, but I said in a wing, if Xabi Alonso joins and they bring back a wing back formation, I said he's gonna become him and Trent would be unstoppable. I said it. Trent and Fran are attacking fullbacks that they're known for, and especially Frank Garcia, how fast, quick pace he is. He covers this entire field here, drops back and just perfectly, and Frank Garcia. Under Ancelotti, he's never really given a fair shot. But finally, with his formation and new manager, he's been unbelievable. And I've always been a huge fan of Frank Garcia. You can tell everyone I know. I think Frank Garcia is #1 Glazer because I'm just a huge fan of him, and I just knew that he is capable of being that main left back for Real Madrid. I've been saying it for years. Um, it's kind of annoying now. People were saying he's the next Marcelo. We don't need a better left back. We don't need a Carreras. We don't need Grimaldo, whatever. I've been saying we don't need one because I knew we had this talent here. It's just we need the right guy under charge for that. Same with Trent. I said I don't want Trent unless Xabi Alonso was the manager of Real Madrid because under Ancelotti, I feel like this team would not be as well. Another key player is Tchouaméni. He, like that guy said, he wins that ball so much because he does. Tchouaméni is such a key and vital midfielder. He drops back, wins the ball. It's key midfield. Such an important player. Tchouaméni is. It's hard to see. For me, I thought what Xavi was gonna do if he did the wingback situation. I thought Tchouaméni was gonna be dropped, and then they would have just went for 3 actual center backs. But he's actually using Tchouaméni as a DM, but more back. So pretty much, 3 center backs. But Chouameni pushes up more, and he's such a key vital. Same with Dean Huijsen. Dean Huijsen's, I think, Madrid's second best player, really. His how tall he is 100% helps with the play, or helps, getting the ball back. He's like, people call him the defender Toni Kroos. He gets that ball and launches it, just key passes, just amazing. Real Madrid. I'm really liking this team. One thing I would change is as much as I've Vini. If Mbappe starts and we have this lineup right here, Madrid will be unstoppable, really. And it's gonna be weird with Franco Musatuano coming. Does he start? Does he take over Gonzalo? I don't think so. Do they bench Arda? No. Bellingham? No. And he's young. He's 17 years old, but people expect him to play. And if you check the bench here with Real Madrid, they have key players. Luna and Carl. I really want to see Militao back. If Asensio and Rudiger are doing the job, I 100% can see Eder Militao be back as that main number 4 for Real Madrid. But yeah, like Brahim Diaz, I'm a huge fan of. I've been saying I'm a huge fan of Fran Garcia. Rodrigo's getting a couple minutes here and there. He's most likely gonna leave. With Gorka's pretty much joining Arsenal is pretty much confirmed there. But I'm really excited for Real Madrid, especially against PSG. It's gonna be a little bit there. Um, okay, you see the bracket here. They had Juve and they won that comfortably, and now Dortmund. PSG game. That Dean Hoyson red card is really gonna affect it. That's why I didn't really celebrate when Madrid won, because that was pretty much like a loss. That was like a shot in the foot. Going against PSG, I felt way more comfortable if Dean Hoyson was playing. Asensio was most likely probably going to start over Dean Hoyson, but that's the only reason I'm worried about. Hoyson really controls a lot of that team, and it's a shame that he's gotten that stupid red card. Same thing with Raul Asensio, just dumb red cards that you don't need to do. You don't. So it's a shame. Chelsea Fluminense, honestly, I can 100% see Fluminense win that. Only reason why I kind of don't, people, is like, let's say Real Madrid beat PSG and Fluminense beat Chelsea. People are gonna be like, oh, this is a Mickey Mouse trophy. It's a small Brazilian team, small whatever. Going against Real Madrid, it's a preseason tournament, this and that. It's not. I watched this whole tournament, and people take this seriously, and it's a shame people are not gonna give credit to that. But yeah, it's pretty much the takes I have for the game. I should really talk about much of the game. Really, I was really going off by individuals. Let me see here. How do you check matches? There we go. Gonzalo Garcia with the first goal, article there. Was such a key player for Real Madrid. For me, it's one of the best, really. People are comparing him to Pablo Torre. I was a huge fan of Pablo Torre in Barcelona. Really, I respect a lot of Barca players that play, and I'm finally happy to see Arda show his worth. So that really early goal, Gonzalo Garcia. Just really happy to see academy players do well, man. It's one of my favorite things to see. Frank Garcia, Gonzalo Garcia actually really helped with that play, making the defender not able to reach for it, and then Trent with a cross getting his second assist in the tournament. And Frank Garcia, I just love the way he celebrates, because I know he cares so much for this club, and he wants to solidify himself as that main left back, wing back player, main to be in the starting 11. And I'm so happy that I said before the tournament, I said this is his shot. Mendy's injured. Mendy's done a lot for Real Madrid, but thank you that Mendy's injured, so Frank Garcia can show what he has. Because under Carlos Ancelotti, it wasn't gonna be that. And then after that, there's no goals since the 90th minutes with all those three goals in the 5 minutes. But Real Madrid just dominated the field. They had a lot of chances to score. Orta had a chance to score. Valverde, Vinny had a shot. Rudiger by a corner. But they weren't able to get it. Kobo was having a pretty decent game. How do I check here? But then, yeah, right here, 15 shots, 5 big chances. Madrid could 100% could have scored more. And then Mbappe got subbed in, scoring that scissor kick. And then after that, it was just weird. A mistake by Rudiger made Bayer score. And then, Dean Hoysten's red card, Guirassy, they just went for it. They Hail Married it, and they went for it. And, yeah, they conceded a penalty, score that, and straight off a kickoff again. Madrid lose ball, and Guirassy, I don't think it was Guirassy, it might have been someone else. But, what I would say from Thibaut Courtois that saved Real Madrid, didn't want to go to extra time. But yeah, Fran Garcia got MVP this match. Really happy to see. Arda, for me, he 100% probably deserved that as well. But I really wanted Fran to show that he can be that left back for Real Madrid. But yeah, those are my takes for the game for Real Madrid's Dortmund. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll make your prediction with PSG after. See you.